Welcome back to Can Business Save the Planet? My name is Alex Schulze, and today I'm going to be interviewing Andrew Koenig, who is the CEO of City Furniture. They've got some amazing stuff going on in terms of sustainability, from their fleet to their LEED certified buildings to their plastic reduction strategies. They are doing some amazing things, and I'm excited to dive in with Andrew. Let's do it. All right, Andrew, how are you doing today, buddy? Pleasure to meet you.
You too. I'm doing great. Appreciate you having me.
Of course, of course. And just for the listeners, if you could, can you give us your full name and your position?
Sure. My name is Andrew Koenig. I'm the CEO of City Furniture.
Amazing, amazing. Well, I appreciate you coming on here. Really excited to dive in and learn a little bit more about City Furniture sustainability initiatives and also just talk shop with you. So if you could give us a little background on City Furniture, what you guys specialize in, and your target market ideally.
Sure. So City Furniture is a typical home furnishings retailer that you see all across the country. We're Florida based. We got about 36 stores. Our stores can range from 25,000 square feet all the way to 160,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
You can find us online at cityfurniture.com, but proud to say we're South Florida's #1 home furnishings retailer, working on our expansion throughout the state. And we've been in business for 53 years. We got a whole bunch of products, with these huge stores. We cover all the popular trends and styles in all the different price points. So the starting price points all the way to those premium price points. But we're your typical local home furnishings retailer.
Amazing, amazing. And so primarily based in Florida, correct?
Yes, sir.
Got it. Okay. And I understand that you guys have got some pretty great initiatives across the board in terms of impact, sustainability, community involvement. I'd love to learn a little bit more about your sustainability initiatives and some of the things that you guys are doing.
Yeah, I think it goes back. So my father started our business, and he always, raised, me to, make sure that we had a good organization that did right for the community, give back to the community. And I would say in the early 2000s, we started our sustainability strategy informally.
Sure.
I think we were one of the very first U.S.-based companies to start to liquefy and densify styrofoam, turn it into reusable plastic that I think eventually made Crocs and plastic furniture. So, we started this recycling initiative that made everybody feel good. It was right for the environment. It was right for our business. It saved
Sure.
us a bunch of money. But over years, we got more formalized, and I'd say about 7-8 years ago, we created our 2040 Green Promise, which was our commitment to be carbon neutral by 2040. So early 2013, I think we began our compressed natural gas, renewable natural gas journey. So this is 70% less emissions and a 70% less cost. And the Department of Energy, has given us really cool recognition for it. A lot of tax savings because of it. It's domestic, clean energy.
Mm-hmm.
We build all of our stores leadership energy environmental design, which is called LEED certification. So
Yep.
I think we've been doing that since 2007.
Amazing.
But we do tons of things: recycling, fleet, you name it, building construction. And we just formalized this strategy and really trying to go after carbon neutrality by 2040. And a third of all of our electricity is powered by the sun through solar.
Oh, wow.
So our team's crushing it. I'm very blessed to have an amazing team with a passion for sustainability, and we're problem solving our way to get to zero impact on this earth.
I love it. I love it. And you mentioned a few things that definitely resonate where, for example, when you mentioned the styrofoam being able to, is good for the business as well as the right thing to do for the planet. You mentioned some of the incentives that you received for the natural gas powered vehicles. I'm curious to hear that these are instances where sustainability actually has a financial benefit. And I understand that that's such an important topic when it comes to different businesses because the financial component is typically a hurdle when it comes to sustainability as a whole. Talk to me about how you view some of these decisions and how you've actually found some solutions that are cost savings as well as the right thing to do from a sustainability perspective.
Right. I'd almost say that everything we've done has actually proved out to be a net savings.
Okay.
It's usually I'm not going to lie, a headache or a challenge up front.
Yep.
if you can get through that, there's a lot of savings at the end of the day. So, yeah, now formally we're striving for that carbon neutrality. So we're looking at everything that we do,
Yep.
and we're trying to reduce our impact that we're making, and we're problem solving. And a lot of these strategies have been a win for the environment and a win for us. So, but there's a huge learning curve typically, whether it's on the fleet side, whether it's implementing LEDs, lighting in our stores. Sometimes it's a CapEx investment, but it's the right thing to do long term. So we invest in very high efficient HVAC units for all of the air conditioning in our buildings, in our stores. And
Sure.
an owner, the finance team might get worried about that initial CapEx, but if you can get them to see what the savings is over the longer period of time, it's actually the right move to make. So it's, I don't want to sound like a hero, or our team sound like heroes. It's the right business strategy to be green and to run a sustainable business, because over the long haul, it's going to save you tons of dough and make your associates more proud of the place you work when you point these things out. Allow you to hire people that are like-minded or passionate about doing what's right in the environment. And then your customers, when they find out about it, are going to be like, I want to keep shopping here because that truck has 70% less emissions on the road versus my competitor is polluting the earth. So, and then it's very nice, shameless plug, when the local or state or federal government also says, you know what, hey, you're putting that upfront extra investment of time, energy, resources, CapEx. We're going to help you with some tax breaks or whatever. And to me, that helped us get into some of these causes faster. So I'd hope to see more of that in the future.
I love to hear that, and that's super exciting to see that you guys have had success when it comes to trying to realize cost savings while implementing sustainable solutions. We typically, that's sometimes very hard to find in the industry, and I think that you guys are a case in point for the right decisions. Yes, it may be higher on a capital investment upfront cost, but the long-term savings are definitely worth it. So that's exciting to hear.
Yeah, now there are a few things where we haven't figured out. Obviously, like. And if anybody listening wants to reach out, on the food waste side, we have work to do there, and we have several cafes in our stores, in our corporate offices, our warehouses. So there's still some hurdles and still some innovation that's needed out there. But I'm hopeful. We'll figure it out, and we'll get there.
So, and I'm curious, you guys are partnered with a large amount of organizations and charities out there. I'd love to learn a little bit more about the impact that you guys are doing across the board.
So one we haven't talked about is our partnership with Arbor Day Foundation, which is a buy one, plant one. So I'm proud to say we have several groups in our product portfolio that if they're sustainable sourced wood or sustainably made furniture, that are factories that we've developed and worked with them to make sure that these are really green products. These are the best of the best types of products that we could offer when it comes to sustainability. So we partner with Arbor Day Foundation to say for every time a customer buys one of those products, we'll plant a tree on their benefit. So I think we, to this date, since the inception of the program, we've planted over 50,000 trees.
Amazing.
Annually, we'll take the community team and some of the rest of our associates to go participate in that tree planting. And not only do those products look great value, great style, actually phenomenal quality, and really sustainable to have in someone's home. But the customers feel really good, and the associates selling them feel really good that this organization called Arbor Day is going to plant trees on our behalf, on that customer's behalf. So it's been a win for us, getting our customers and sales team to feel good that they're making an impact, and it's been a really great story to tell over the years.
Sure. We actually have a very comparable thing with our partnership programs, where we do a pull a pound program. So for every product sold, it's pulling a pound of trash and plastic from the ocean, and we see the same exact concept. People are very receptive. It's the customer loves the tangible impact and they're able to participate in that. So I think those are always amazing, and the fact that you guys can get involved with the tree planting and get the community, get your employees involved, that's always a big win, from activating the campaign across the board.
That one partnership with Arbor Day, my team has told me it's pulled 43 tons of air pollution, out of the sky, which is absolutely insane. We didn't anticipate that. So they're a phenomenal organization, and I highly recommend anybody listening to reach out to them, because there's a lot of these types of opportunities. So kudos to you as well. It's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. No, that's fantastic, and Arbor Day doing great work out there. I'm curious, when it comes to running a business and leading a company that has such a large footprint as yours and so many different stores, as you look at the different operations, talk to me about the decisions that are made on the daily basis as you're trying to grow the business, still drive a profitable business, but be able to still drive impact across the board, delivering your products to your customers. Like, what does that look like as you look to scale, and how you view the decision-making process?
Yeah, so our business is very goal-oriented, KPI-driven, data-driven, and when it comes to sustainability specifically, it's part of our corporate social responsibility KPIs that we measure. Mm-hmm. So I would say in everything we do, in all the expansion that we do, or processes that we, have, we're measuring our performance. And like I said, our goal is carbon neutrality. So we're trying to measure every decision, every strategy we take. Are we getting closer to our ultimate goal?
Yep.
We believe that the consumer is going to get more and more educated when it comes to companies that are doing right in the world, and we want to hold ourselves accountable. And we don't want to be late. We want to be ahead of this. And so we're measuring ourselves currently in every decision we take. We're hoping we get closer to our ultimate goal. So if we're expanding into a new region and opening up a new 1 million square foot warehouse, you can bet the real estate team, the warehouse design team, we're thinking through the long-term impact of that building on the environment, on our business, and helping us hit those corporate social responsibility score. So kind of like long answer, but it's like every decision we make, is it getting us closer or not? And if it's not, which I really haven't seen any recent decisions where it's like not, why would we do it in the first place? So, what I would suggest is most business should start to really understand where you're currently at, and then set those goals. It doesn't need to be carbon neutral. It could be anything, 20% more productive, whatever, sustainable. Mm-hmm. But start the journey, start the problem solving, and ignite the passion of the teams, and then as you have those successes, share them with your customers, share them with your associates, and it'll just fuel the fire. And that's what I've seen over the last 10 plus years of just everybody's on this journey of trying to really be a good example in the community, and because we've just seen the continuous wins, associates, customers, community, everybody wins.
I love that. And so tell me a little bit about how you get your team involved. So you mentioned, firing up the team, sharing the information with them. When it comes to trying to reach these goals, you mentioned you're very, very KPI driven, very performance driven. And what does it look like on how you share that information, and collectively, how do you lead the team to reach some of these goals, whether that be in sustainability or just business as a whole?
Good question. So, the first answer that comes to mind is our corporate social responsibility report. Yep. We're pretty darn transparent of how we're doing and how we're progressing year after year. It's a report we send out to all of our business partners, community, put it on the website. It's almost like us holding ourselves accountable to the world, and really showing the progress we're making year after year. We also invite experts in. We have a green summit every year, where we invite experts within Florida, throughout the country, to advise us, to speak on certain topics, and really to give us ideas to be better. So that's a nice annual conference that reflects on our performance as well. So those two things are like good accountability type of strategies for not only internally but externally, because we know we're going to share this information with the world. We know we're going to invite experts in and say, hey, here's how we're doing when it comes to building a sustainable fleet, building sustainable buildings, recycling efforts, you name it.
Yep.
And then, like I said, we're very KPI data driven. So every single department has KPIs in our company that cascade. So for those departments like facilities or fleet or recycling or our community team, there might be KPIs on their KPI boards that they have their individual goals that they have to go after, and they're problem solving to achieve them. They're trying to reduce emissions. They're trying to reduce electrical spend or you name it. So we have a lot of cascading KPIs internally, tons of time to problem solve and get closer. And then those two big, that annual report and that annual event is, collectively like our way of like really holding ourselves accountable, getting us involved, everybody understanding the numbers, and then inviting the experts in to say, hey, are we doing a good job or not? And if we're not, hey, give us ideas, help us be better. And then we're back at it the following year.
I love that. And that's a great idea as far as bringing in different experts to try and help coach you and guide you guys and keep you honest across the board. I think that not a lot of organizations are doing that. A lot of them are pulling together some of these reports. They're made internally. There's not really any proofreading and or checks and balances, and people are kind of blasting it out there. And we're finding that consumers nowadays are really starting to poke holes in these different things. So, if you had any recommendations for anybody trying to bring in someone or just look at, how you could be improving some of the things that you're doing, what would you give advice to a business owner that's new on this journey that wants to try and do that, but also make sure that they're not making any false claims or promises of the impact that they're making?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think, for any business owner that maybe doesn't have a formal strategy right now or a team dedicated to it or something like that, I think it's more important to just get on the journey. Like, where are you wasteful? What aren't you recycling that you should be? Where's the low hanging fruit? And I'd kind of go after that. And then as you get those wins, like we got those wins in recycling, then it turned into LED lighting, and then it turned into building construction. Then we did a monumental leap to go after our fleet. We won the greenest fleet in the country 3-4 years ago. We beat FedEx, UPS, the United States Air Force. Like we're super proud. And by the way, we're still the number one private, greenest fleet in the country that's private, not publicly funded.
Okay,
so
that's impressive.
Yeah, but the story starts small, right? And it gets bigger over time. So now that we're bigger, we're more we got more experts within the organization in their areas, and they've kind of gone on this journey. Then that's when I would suggest, okay, try to lock those experts in a room and understand your current state. Like, where are you performing well, and where do you got some waste? Where you got some gaps? And then I would say set the goals. What do you want to? Is it carbon neutral? Is it, hey, I want to reduce emissions or be more sustainable by X%, X year? I would say if you understand the current state, you set those goals. And then get that team back in that room. At some frequency. We meet monthly, and we hear what everybody's doing. It could be quarterly. It could be once a year. And then I think what you see is everybody's just solving problems, getting smarter at what their craft, and collectively we're like, shoot, we're adding up the math, man. We're 33%, our electrical powered by the sun. Nice job, team. High five. Yeah. And it's just about continuous improvement. Everybody's jacked, everybody's proud, and then more ideas coming. And then, yes, I would say do a corporate social responsibility report, send it out to everybody, tell everybody you're not perfect, and say, hey, beat me up, tell me where I'm wrong. Yeah. And try to bring in those experts, or go find those experts and ask them to be brutally honest with you. And I think you're on your way for some really cool success.
I like that. And you use the term journey, and I can really appreciate that, because we talk about that a lot. It's like sustainability is a journey. It's not just a quick fix or a one-stop solution. It is a long path to try and change the operations of the business and change the ways at which you are functioning to be as sustainable as possible. So that is a great term that I can appreciate. And when the future goals in terms of sustainability with City Furniture, what do you think that you guys are really working towards, and what would you like to, if we could have dream state, what would it be in terms of sustainability for City Furniture?
I think we got 15 years to get to carbon neutrality, and like I said, a third of our electricity's powered by the sun. So we want, ideally to get to 100%. We've reduced emissions 70% with our existing fleet strategy, but we're just dabbling in electricity, which we're hoping to have the solar shields to be able to, maybe fuel our trucks with energy at night and, do deliveries during the day. I mean, there's a lot of technological advancements we're going to need support on with our partners.
Yep.
But my goal was, close those gaps. And then I can't wait to get to a point where Citi has reached the goals, and now we're going after our suppliers.
Sure.
You want to be a supplier of Citi? Well, here's the expectations that we need you to get to. And it's not going to be, we need you to be carbon neutral next, tomorrow. But like, hey, let's go on the journey with you. Where are you at? And really we're extending. So I think the goal is achieve our internal goals and then go work with our partners to help them hit similar type of sustainable goals and really help this world just keep being beautiful and keep it around for another 50 million years.
Yes, keep thriving. That's what we say a lot. Keep it thriving for us and future generations, for sure. So when it came to the sustainability journey, how did you guys get started, and what steps did you take to start this path and this journey forward?
Yeah, so I think, like I said, early, 2000s, we probably kind of stumbled into some really interesting, sustainable ideas with recycling when it comes to styrofoam that turned out to be very successful.
Yep.
But as we formalized our strategy and looked at other aspects of our business, I think one of the smart things we did was we looked for experts. We looked for people that had done it before. And we picked up the phone. We called everyone. We called the Department of Energy. We called, local government. We called like-minded folks that really believed in building a better world for all of us and next generations. And we found them. And whether they were in, I'll never forget, one was in Louisiana, was like, yeah, I'm doing this with natural gas and I've done X, Y, Z. He had one truck or a couple trucks. And then, then you hear about this person doing this thing over here for LED lighting and that person for solar. And I think what we did a really good job was reaching out and trying to learn from everybody and find these experts that have tested and learned. And what we found is they're very interested to teach you. They're really passionate. They want to see you succeed. They're happy you called. And I think I would want everybody to know out there, that was one of the really exciting parts of our journey, finding those folks and really not going on this journey alone. And now that Citi's more formalized and we're doing, I'm pretty proud of all the stuff we've done. I think, if people called me and said, hey, Andrew, can I talk to your fleet expert? Can I talk about your building construction expert, your recycling expert, your HVAC expert? I'd be like, absolutely. They'd love to talk to you. And they'd love to share their 10-year journey. Some of them would love to just share the journey because it was really difficult and they want you to hear how hard it was.
Yeah, understandable.
But they want to share the passion that journey that they went on and hopefully help you be successful too. And so I would encourage everybody, scan the internet, find those folks. You'll find them. Go to those conferences, and a lot of people will help you along this journey, and you'll be successful.
I love that. Seeking advice from those who know. That's a great comment.
Yeah.
Well, amazing. Well, Andrew, I really appreciate you coming on. This has been a fantastic conversation. I love to hear all the positive things that you guys are doing at Citi Furniture and the momentum that you're making and realizing you guys are doing some awesome things. LEED certified, natural gas powered fleet, #1 sustainably private owned fleet. That's incredible. And so definitely commend you guys for taking the necessary steps and action and walking the walk.
Appreciate you recognizing my amazing team. They've done an amazing job, and they're just getting started. So for all your listeners out there, reach out. We'd love to share our journey and help you as well.
Amazing. And if anybody wants to learn more about Citi Furniture, where's the best way for them to go and learn more?
www.citifurniture.com, or just hit me up on my email, andrewk@citifurniture.com. Happy to help.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Andrew. We appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate your time. Take care.
All right, guys, that was a great conversation with Andrew. I'm always stoked to hear how business decisions as a whole actually can reduce costs and do the right thing at the same time. It's amazing to see some of the progress that they're making at City Furniture and some of the cool things that they're doing all across the world. So if you guys want to learn more, visit cityfurniture.com. Thank you guys so much for listening. We're going to keep cleaning the ocean and keep asking, can business save the planet? We'll see you guys soon.